for the time to be able to speak on it.
Amy Adams.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I just want to take a call on the third reading of the bill, but I don't want to, sir, traverse the ground covered in my contribution on the second reading, where I went through, in a nutshell, the salient parts of the bill as I saw them. What I do want to do, just briefly, sir, is touch on some of the blatant inaccuracies and misrepresentations from the other side in this respect, because I think they do need to be addressed. The first of those, sir, is around the fees, and both the Labour and the Green Party have expressed their concern about those, and they've expressed sort of outrage and indignation over this $60 one-off establishment fee that is charged when the student loan is first taken out. It was $50, that's right, so it has gone up a whole $10 as a one-off. And, sir, at the new $40 IRD administration fee. And, sir, I think it's worth pointing out that the changes that this government has made to the student loan system are about making the system sustainable into the future, because in fact it isn't 11 billion, as the last speaker said. The student loan debt book currently sits at over 12 billion, sir, and within 3 years that's going to be well in excess of $14 billion. This is a huge item on the government balance sheet, and so we do have to ensure that it is sustainable going forward. So the changes we have made have been very much about ensuring that. One part of that sustainability is being upfront about the fact that there is a cost to run the system. And so that cost is around $12 billion, I understand, $17 million per year for MSD, which administers the study link part, which is covered by the $60 fee. So even under Labour there was a even previously there was a $50 set-up fee to cover those MSD costs of $17 million per annum. But, sir, IRD have annual administration charges around the system of over $22 million a year. So I think, sir, an administration fee of $40 per annum towards that $22 million administration cost is absolutely justifiable, very sensible, and as I say, sir, goes to the sustainability of the student loan policy going forward. Now, the other thing I want to touch on, and I'm only touching on it, sir, because Labour have continually gone back to it, albeit that it's not in this bill, is this issue of around borrowers over 55. And there's a couple of points that need to be made to set the record straight. Firstly, those over 55 can still get student loans, despite Mr Shearer's repeated, completely incorrect statements on that. They can get student loans for their tuition costs, which Mr Shearer's argument was that they could not access student loans whatsoever, which is wrong. Sir, they can get student loans for their tuition costs. And you know what's really interesting, sir, is that just a few days ago, the media was reporting that the worst group for repaying their student loans were the over 55s. The single worst group for making any repayments on their student loans were the over 55s. But let's be very clear, sir, that this bill doesn't in any way address the eligibility for the over 55s. What it does, sir, is make the system sustainable going forward, provide contribution towards the administration costs of running the system, and make the system easier for taxpayers to comply with, easier for student loan borrowers to comply with, and that, sir, is to be commended. So I would encourage anyone listening to this debate to ignore the incorrect rhetoric coming from the other side and focus on the fact that this is a bill set up to make it easier for borrowers to comply and is to make it sustainable in the administration costs. And Labour can bleat and moan to their heart's content, but this is not what this bill is about, and their contentions, sir, are simply wrong. And with those few words, I just want to commend the bill to the House.
Brendan Burns.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I just want to